it's kind of weird when you think about it, because it's like when you have a necklace, you think this piece of jewelry looks attractive. I like it. I like the way it complements my outfit. I like the way it makes me look. I like the way it looks. I like the stones, whatever. To jump from that to something like an earring, where it's like, okay, same thing, same thought process, but I like it so much now, I want to put it at the end of a needle and then stab it into my flesh and just keep it there for an extended period of time. That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird when you think about it.
But
it's pretty.
But when yes, it's pretty, and I feel as though the reason that those types of things originated was because it made people unique and stand out compared to others. Because back in the day of old ancient times, there probably weren't many things that distinguish you from other people other than money and status. That was probably it. What you, not even money, it was what you owned and status, and what everybody thought of you. So to that extent, for sure. I think you bring up a very important point when it comes to standards of beauty, and this goes like globally, and this is more of like a personal thing. But as far as beauty goes, I feel as though there's a spectrum, and the first stage of that spectrum is, I have a vision of what I would like to look like. How can I change things so that I can look like that? But then it goes beyond that, and to your point about the split tongue, where it is, I have a very extreme vision, one that may even be unrealistic in normal standards for me to accomplish, but I'm going to go through massive surgeries or body modifications. You know, I'll get plastic surgery done here and you know, all over my face and everything else. And it kind of goes a little too far, to the point where it's like, you know, you can love yourself, but if you're just changing everything about you physically, that's not really accepting who you are. That's kind of running away from it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's the point you were trying to make. The thing that I actually don't appreciate is when that standard of beauty goes so far to the point where it starts affecting other people, because there's a difference between doing things for yourself on an individual basis and then doing things that actually affect others. And I can give a really good example. It's one that I've seen recently, it just circulating around, is I believe there was this young boy who, I shouldn't say boy, because I believe it's a young individual who is technically male, but they are a cross-dresser. And the cross-dresser is very young, I think 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there. And this cross-dressing boy, I believe it's a boy, was actually showing up to gay strip clubs and stripping. Now, the whole thing was that the young boy appreciated the aesthetic and appreciated the culture behind cross-dressers and the trans movement and the LGBTQ community and all that. That's all well and good. But when you have a 10-year-old stripping, that's when it kind of goes beyond the point of being kind of socially acceptable, and that's when it's almost like, could these actions negatively, because even if the boy's having fun, could these actions negatively impact the child later in life? And I feel like that transcends to a lot of things that we saw in commercials when we were younger. I know when we were watching some of those commercials, a lot of those Barbie commercials from the beginning of the 2000s where, hey, look, Barbie's going shopping. Look at all the things she's wearing. Look, she's doing all this stuff with her friends. And here's a secret notebook. Make sure you keep all these secrets. And blah. It's watching it. It's just crazy.
It makes me. You said a lot there.
Yeah, I ramble.
No, it's a good thing. I think
you lost me a tiny bit with the Barbie.
Yeah, I think it's tough. You know, I think we're getting to this point right now where it's like, okay, where do we draw the line as far as freedom of expression goes to like adolescence? Mm-hmm. So we're trying to still allow these children to express themselves in ways that they want to, which is very important. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, you know, I'm definitely not the one to draw that line, but
people should be able to express themselves and everything. But if what you were saying is true, like no offense to any of the kids out there, I don't think at 10 years old you are capable of fully appreciating, understanding, and wanting to encapsulate the principles of a civil rights movement. I really don't think you can do that at the age of 10 years old.
That's a good point.
And people who would say that, I feel as though are adults who are trying to retroactively explain through an adult lens why this kid wants to do the things they're doing, because most 10-year-olds do not identify on a deep personal level with principles of a specific social movement and come up with a plan in their head so that they can most appropriately act out who they want to be as a person, as a part and as a result of this movement. It's like 10-year-olds cannot think like that. It's not that they're stupid. It's just that
they should be focused.
You don't know about the world when you're 10 years old. You don't know how the world works. You don't know about social movements. You don't know what it means to have an identity. You're figuring all that out. So to turn around for parents to be like, my kid at the age of 10 is at a point where he can decide for himself wholeheartedly, completely, no questions asked, what he wants to do with his life and what he wants his sexual orientation to be and how he's going to act that out in his day-to-day life. And whatever he wants now at this age of 10, well, like, that's him. That's his identity. So we won't touch that. We won't have to worry about whether or not that's going to change and whether or not he's going to have to learn things and learn how to fit in with the world. It's like, no. We'll just take it at face value. The kid's 10 years old. He wants to strip. Let the 10-year-old strip. It's fine.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's not fine.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked our video, go to our page, subscribe to our channel, go ahead and comment, ring the notification bell. Also, you can support us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Come back again next week. Thanks, guys.